I know I've been away for a while, 4 weeks actually, I think. And I really debated how much I wanted to share, but in the end I decided that the details of why I was sidelined don't really matter. And what matters most is kind of how I'm handling this setback and moving forward. So if you're kind of feeling stuck on your wellness, fitness journey, then just know that you're definitely not alone. And I've definitely been there. And in fact, I'm still going through it. So I'm just going to put on my glasses because I don't want to squint the whole time. So hopefully it doesn't look weird that I'm talking to you with sunglasses. But anyhow, yeah, I just decided to film this impromptu video because I'm hoping that something I share here helps you feel less alone and maybe encourages you. So last night I realized that my all or nothing mentality was sort of creeping back in. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I've been basically doing battle with myself this whole entire time. And for me, this whole journey has been about me versus me, basically, like the old me versus the new me. So, wow, I did not realize it's still pretty muddy and marshy out here. But anyway, yesterday I was sitting at my desk and I just knew like I needed to figure out like my next steps, but my thoughts were so tangled and disorganized that I didn't even really know where to start. Like, I didn't even know how I felt. I knew I felt overwhelmed, but I just kind of wanted to sort things out. So, yeah, there's just been a lot going on, like aside from my own health journey, and there is a lot of snow out here still. I was going to take a walk down that path, but I don't think I'm going to do that now because I don't feel like getting so much snow on my boots. So I'll just keep walking this way. Anyway, so I had all these thoughts and I decided what I wanted to do was take a piece of paper and just dump everything onto that paper, like whatever came to mind. It didn't matter if it made any sense. I didn't care. It wasn't like full sentences. It was just mostly phrases and words. And I was just putting everything on there, even if I felt like it wasn't connected or related to anything. So after I was done with that, I read through everything I wrote and I realized that there was mainly three things that kept coming up again. So the first, of course, was my health. And the second was kind of my weight loss / fitness goals. Ooh, it's getting really cold. And lastly was my metabolism, because my metabolism has definitely taken a hit these past couple of weeks. So let me just backtrack a little. So in order to avoid aggravating my health issues that I was experiencing earlier this month, or well, like in the early part of March, I decided to cut my calories down significantly. And at one point I even fasted for a solid week, and I was only drinking water and bone broth. So of course, because I was eating so few calories, I just didn't have any energy. And between not feeling great and also just not having a lot of energy, I just wasn't moving and I became pretty sedentary. So yeah, obviously my metabolism just slowed way down. So initially, I'm going to try to come in here actually, get away from the wind. Initially, I had lost about 10 pounds and I was really worried that I was just really worried about having lost that much, and mostly because I've been so intentional this whole entire time to lose weight slowly, and I've been so deliberate in just making sure that I was getting enough calories and enough protein, and just taking it really slow. And I have to say that most of my weight loss happened on a 1600 calorie deficit. So I didn't even cut my calories like super, super low. But obviously I knew that if I did, my weight loss would be much faster. But my focus really was on preserving muscle. And I knew that in order for that to be possible, I was going to have to fuel my body. And, so I would have energy to work out basically. So, I was just really frustrated that after months of, prioritizing protein and making sure I was getting enough calories and being just so mindful of, the whole process and kind of just treating my body with respect and love and grace and all those things, that I would suddenly kind of just put it into starvation mode almost overnight, and I just felt really bad for my body, almost like I had failed her. And it's funny because I was texting Taisha the other night and I said that it felt very similar to when you accidentally like step on your dog and you feel so bad and you're just hoping that they know you didn't mean it. I know that sounds weird, but that's honestly the best way that I can explain kind of how I feel. Because I definitely have put my body through the ringer in, hopes that it would allow healing to take place. So sorry I'm being vague, but anyway, so where do I go from here? Well, I've had so far 4 good days in a row, so I'm really hoping that I'm kind of on the road to recovery. And my plan right now is to slowly increase my calories to maintenance, which I had planned on doing back in February before I was thrown this whole curveball. I just feel like I wanted to give my body a break for a bit because, I've kind of been asking her to work really hard all these months. I've been on a weight loss journey for a year and I just wanted to give her a break. So obviously that's going to push back my goal of losing like probably another 10 pounds. But I'm okay with that if that means that I'm giving my body a chance to recover. So right now I'm sort of starting like a rebuilding phase, but I'm doing it differently this time. I can't jump into strength training right now, like at all. But I can start by walking. And this is almost where I let my all or nothing mindset derail me, basically. Because I felt like if I couldn't go all in, then it wasn't even worth trying, basically. And I started to feel like walking was such a step down from where I was in February. And I know that probably sounds really bad, but you have to understand where I was coming from. So I had just completed a 6-week strength training program, and I was feeling really strong. I had also just started a Couch to 5K program, and this was all right before I posted like my 1-year Zepbound anniversary video. So things were, doing really good up until that point. And you can take a look at that video if you want the details. But everything was just going great. And I was really just feeling very optimistic about where I was heading. So that's why I felt like, just being able to do just walking was a step down. Not because I don't think walking is good, good for you, but I just had other goals in mind. And being that I couldn't pursue them, I basically just started to feel defeated. And I felt like there was no point in doing anything because it wasn't what I originally wanted to do. So obviously, I know that that's not true because prioritizing your health, even in small ways, is still better than doing nothing. So, you know, I've sat before you guys before preaching this message of not letting the ideal get in the way of making progress. And here I was falling into that old mindset. But I'm really proud that I was able to recognize it. And here I am just sort of pivoting and moving forward. So if you've been struggling and you've been feeling like you're stuck, if it feels like your effort isn't good enough, I want to ask you to join me. I want to do something together. And I just want us to show up for ourselves and continue to prioritize our health. And that's why I'm kicking off another April walking challenge. And I feel like this has really come full circle because it was this time last year when I sort of reached out asking for help in keeping me accountable, because up until that point, I had been on Zepbound for a month and I wasn't exercising at all. And so I knew I needed to make movement a part of my day. And I just felt like if I had the accountability of you guys, that it would just help me stay motivated and just kind of make it more fun. So what I did was I posted every day on the community tab, and you guys checked in with me there each day, just kind of letting me know how much you walked, you know, and kind of like that you walked your dog and, you know, whatever, you walked on your treadmill, like basically just letting me know that you got your steps in. And it was really motivating, not just to me, but also to the people that participated, because I think, you know, they could see other people's comments, and I think that they felt encouraged, knowing that other people were kind of going through the same thing and that they weren't alone. So with that, I'd love for you to be a part of this walking challenge. And honestly, if I had thought of this idea sooner, we would have started on the 1st of April. I almost forgot what month it was. But again, we're not letting the ideal get in the way of progress. So we're just going to jump in, even though the month started. But that's okay. It'll be fine. So I wanted to do things a little differently this time. So here's how it's going to work. Basically, I'm going to post on the community tab every day. I'm going to post like a motivational, inspirational quote or something like that. And you're going to reply there at the end of the day, letting me know how many miles you were able to walk that day. And if we can reach a combined goal of 500 miles. So I'm going to be keeping a tally. If we can reach that goal by the end of April, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. So the giveaway is going to be basically an item of your choice from my merch shop. And yes, I do have merch, and a $25 Amazon gift card. So again, it's not much, but it's just for fun, just to kind of build that momentum and kind of, you know, keep us all motivated and accountable. So if you think that you want to do this, then definitely subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a fire emoji down below so I know that you're in. Okay, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.